So again, a quick revision of whatever has been taught. Mitosis takes place in two steps. What were they? Karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Okay, karyokinesis took place in four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Prophase, four important things which occur in prophase: disappearance of the nucleolus, separation of the centrosome, division of the centrosome to form two centrioles which move to the opposite poles. Chromosome become distinct. Chromosomes are already duplicated. You can see the chromosomes are already duplicated. They have sister chromatids which are attached at the centromere. Then the spindle fibers appear and nuclear membrane also disappears. Okay, so nucleolus disappears, nuclear membrane disappears, centrosome divides into two centrioles, spindle fibers appear, and chromosomes are formed. Okay, metaphase. The chromosomes get aligned at the equatorial plane and the spindle fibers are attaching the chromosomes at the centromere. Writing down at the centromere is very important. Each chromosomes get attached to the spindle fiber by its centromere only. Okay, so these two important things takes place in metaphase. Early anaphase, the spindle fibers contract or shorten. Due to this, the chromosomes are torn apart. They are torn apart and will be dragged towards the opposite pole, and while dragging, the point of attachment of the spindle fiber will be dragged first and followed by the tips of the chromosome. So that is why they will be giving us a V-shaped structure. Remember the direction of the V shape. Okay, this was early anaphase. In late anaphase, the chromatids have reached the opposite poles and a furrow has started to originate from the periphery towards the center in the cell membrane. Okay. After that, the telophase. In telophase, the chromosomes have already moved towards the opposite pole. They have started to decondense again to form chromatin fibers. The spindle fibers have disappeared, the nucleolus reappear, the nuclear membrane reappears. Okay, and the furrow deepens. So here karyokinesis ends. Next will be cytokinesis, that means division of the cytoplasm. Once the nucleus has divided to give rise to two nuclei, the cells also need to divide. The cytoplasm has also be divided, or also should be divided. So the cytoplasm will divide now by cytokinesis, and this will happen when the karyokinesis has taken place. So how will you remember all these sequences? By remembering one statement, that is, please make another two cells. Please make another two cells. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. Okay, I think I have made this very clear to you. You can go through the videos once or twice to just understand the things in a better way. Moving forward, the next important topic here is significance of mitosis. Why mitosis is important? This we have already discussed, but just a quick revision. The first is growth. For the growth or increase in the body size due to formation of new cells. How the new cells are formed? By mitosis. So this is one of the biggest significance of mitosis, that growth is because of mitosis. Second, replacement. Of course, the old and worn out dead cells like blood cells and other epidermal cells, maybe any cell which need replacement, is being replaced by the type of cell division which is mitosis. The second is repair. The damaged cells or the wounded tissues are repaired by the mitosis again. So growth, replacement, repair, the three things which we have already discussed. The fourth is asexual reproduction. See, there are many organisms which are asexually reproducing and just dividing into two, like bacteria. Okay, so this kind of asexual reproduction where gametes are not involved is because of the cell division caused by mitosis. Okay, so mitosis plays an important role. It is the basic factor on which the asexual reproduction is uh, um, is actually depending. The next is mitosis maintains the chromosome number. This is also very important, that whenever a parent cell forms two daughter cells, the number of chromosome is unaltered, remains the same. That is, in case of humans, if we take 23 pairs in the parent, will remain 23 pairs of chromosome in the daughter cells also. If we talk in pairs, if we talk in numbers, 46 chromosomes in the parent cell and 46 chromosomes will be maintained in the daughter cells also. So the diploid condition, 2n condition, is maintained in mitosis. That is why it is called as equational division. Clear? Equational division. So just I'll share with you the notes which you need to copy, which you need to just mark in your book, and I hope you understood things. We are stopping here and we shall be discussing further and comparing. We will be comparing the mitosis in animal cell with a plant cell in the next class. Okay, so thank you so much. All the best.